And this morning marks the very first segment known as Christopher's Kitchen, featuring the executive chef and the owner of Christopher's World Grill. Christopher, by the way, is one of only a few certified executive chefs in the Brazos Valley. And throughout this time that we spend together from month to month, we'll be sharing with you some recipes and some cooking tips from Christopher. Thank you very much for allowing us to do this. We're looking forward to a good time.
Oh, we're going to have fun this summer, and we look forward to doing a lot of fun and recipes for you and tips.
And certainly a lot of people have become familiar with your restaurant. It's one of the favorite places in the Brazos Valley to go for a really nice meal. And today, what are we going to have?
Well, I brought you one of my favorite pasta dishes. This is one that I learned from an old Italian lady in Naples, Italy, when we were in port there on one of the private yachts that I worked on. We found her kitchen in a little fishing village. Not a fishing village, but a little fishing market. It's very easy to do, very few ingredients. All the ingredients are right here.
What are the basic ingredients that you have here?
Well, the most important thing about this recipe is the best possible ingredients you can find. These are Roma tomatoes. Roma tomatoes are more dense, they have less water, and around late summers when they're best. We have fresh basil here. Don't use the dried stuff. We're going to be using eggplant today. This is a Japanese eggplant. You look for a smooth, bright skin on those. We have fresh mozzarella. This normally comes in brine. It is worth looking for. There's a couple of markets in town that do carry that. Of course, penne rigate pasta. Okay, rigate means it has ridges. Penne is the shape and the cut of the pasta. You want to buy 100% durum semolina wheat pasta. A secret ingredient here is what you find. This is what the Italians called peperoncini. We use, because we can't find those, these are chili piquins. Also, key is the best olive oil that you can find. This is actually from a farm in Italy that we know the lady. The lady is Carolyn Adair. She's actually a College Station resident that bought an olive farm in Italy, and she brings us direct from there. So I think it is sold locally here in some places, but we also sell it here. We have kosher salt, cracked black pepper, and of course grated Reggiano Parmesan cheese.
And certainly, Christopher, there's a certain technique that comes in pulling all these ingredients together, so show us how you'd prepare for this dish.
Well, I just want to show you how we're going to cut the tomatoes for this dish, just in half, just very quickly. But the only thing I do here is I just make sure the tomatoes are washed very well. I leave the stems on, the skin on, everything. I do it exactly the way I was shown. I don't ask questions of an old Italian woman. Shouldn't say old woman. Okay, that's where we're going to do the tomatoes. The eggplant, just want to cut the stems off.
And Christopher, you say you're doing it exactly as you were shown. Who taught you?
Well, this woman in Naples that had her own little restaurant behind a fishing, this little fishing market. We wanted an out-of-the-way place, so she took me back in the kitchen and showed me how she did it. It was just an incredible pasta dish.
I get the feeling that authenticity is very important to you.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm passionate about the way mothers cook. I just think it's wonderful. I'm a big fan of people that take the time to do it right, and it's usually a lot simpler than people think. The mozzarella, fresh mozzarella. We're just going to cut nice big chunks here.
I frankly don't believe I've ever seen fresh mozzarella like that.
It is, it's the best. If you go out and buy it, you will know the difference. It has a higher milk content. It's softer.
But you can pick up that at 7-Eleven or something like that?
Oh yeah, you know, all the 7-Elevens carry it nowadays, you know. Okay, and these are those little pepperoncinis. We get the Pekin peppers. Now these are very, very hot. I like to just smash them a little bit. A lot of times, just over the hot olive oil, I just like to crush these with my finger like that, and we'll do that over the olive oil in just a minute here. For the basil, this is just going to be added at the end. Fresh herbs should be added at the end of a dish. We're just going to tear that. We're going to be tossing that into the pasta at the end. We just some torn basil leaves. For the eggplant now, we've taken these rough cut batons. We're going to put them on a sheet pan with coarse kosher salt, cracked black pepper, and lots of good olive oil. And we're going to pop those in the pan and roast those just for about 15-20 minutes till the eggplant gets a little color and they are fully cooked.
And Christopher, a lot of people wish that they could make homemade tomato sauce, so this will be, I guess, the secret ingredient that pulls this all together.
Absolutely. It's very critical. It's so simple. People wouldn't even realize how simple it really is. All you need is great olive oil. I'm just going to start it right here. Very hot pan, good olive oil. I'm going to crush a few of those peppers that we talked about earlier. Just crush those right into that. Now do not touch your face after you do that. You need to wash your hands afterwards. And we're just going to kind of sear these tomatoes right in there. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And believe it or not, folks, that's all there is to that. This will cook down for about 40 minutes. The longer you cook it, the sweeter the tomatoes will get. After about 45 minutes, this is what your sauce is going to look like. Just nice and reduced down a little bit. I always, if it looks a little bit dull, I add a little bit more olive oil. Olive oil is very important if you haven't noticed that yet. And we'll just hold that warm until our pasta is cooked. Remember, everything waits for the pasta, even your guests wait for the pasta. Okay, for our pasta, the Italians say salt the water until it tastes like the sea. So it's going to be more salt than you would think, but you do want to taste that. You do want to taste that. Then when the water's at a rolling boil, you just add your penne pasta. That takes about 25 minutes to cook. Okay, once your pasta is done, you don't want the salt. You want the sauce waiting on the pasta. Go ahead and add your penne pasta to this tomato sauce reduction. Okay, we're going to add our roasted eggplant to this. Our fresh basil. Our fresh mozzarella. We're going to just toss this until the mozzarella just starts to melt. What you want to do is, you cook your pasta al dente and add it to the sauce so the pasta finishes cooking in the sauce. Just absorbs a little bit of that. So we're talking about a minute or 2 minutes. See that mozzarella is just starting to go there? That's it.
All right, Christopher, so we're ready to pull all of this together, and if they say that its presentation is everything here, tell us what you're doing.
Well, we just want this hot. We want to get pieces of the eggplant, mozzarella, and everything to show. Tomato on top. And of course, finish with a little basil, a little grated Parmesan, Reggiano Parmesan, and of course, once again, the olive oil. Okay, and if you like, you can finish with a little bit of chopped parsley. And that is an extremely simple and very, very tasty dish.
Very good. Christopher, we appreciate your time as always, and we'll look forward to a monthly visit with you with another creative dish. And if you didn't miss some of the details on this, it's not a problem. It'll be available on our website at kbtx.com. You've been watching Christopher's Kitchen, brought to you by Christopher's World Grill, and of course, Christopher Lampeau. We're back in just a moment.